In this video, we're going to walk through the first steps in building your page or site within GrooveFunnels. You'll learn some of the cool page editor, text editor features that are involved with it, and how simple and easy it really is to get started building your pages. Stay tuned. So I wanted to go ahead and walk through setting up a new page in GrooveFunnels because I'm setting up a new page. And so let's kill two birds with one stone, and I'll walk you through my process. And keep in mind, I'm still relatively new setting up these pages and working within GrooveFunnels. And there's a reason why I'm wanting to show you my process with a new platform. And that is, most of you will be new to it as well when you sign up. In fact, you'll be new to using a funnel builder of any kind. And so I want to show you how it is for, a slight newbie to the system to navigate and let you see, is this difficult? Is this going to be, am I going to be pulling my hair out? And I don't think you will be. And so that's why I'm just going to be fully transparent here with how this is going to work. So I am currently setting up a new site in GrooveFunnels called Groove Launch, and it's something that I am launching shortly, and so I wanted to set up my sort of landing page for that. And this video actually may be in there. You might be in GrooveFunnels Groove Launch right now listening to this. So I hope this helps, and make sure you let me know in comments below and we'll get started. Okay, so basically what I did was I logged into my GrooveFunnels account and went to Groove Pages and literally created a new site with this button here. It's right here, so I'm going to go ahead and open it now. And this was the default template that shows up. And actually, from a design point of view and a conversion point of view, it's really not bad. It's, in fact, the elements, just as they are right here, will be highly converting. This section right here is one of the most popular, in fact, most tested layouts for high conversion. And if you can make your background something with an attractive character or a person facing, in fact, ideally looking at the call to action button, you can easily get 60 to 70% conversion rate just on just to get an email address. So yeah, these are good sections, and you really can just change up the coloring and things like that. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. So you can see that you don't have to go searching for some other template or anything like that. Just use this and see where we can go. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to connect my domain to this page, and we do that over here with the publish button. And I can either just, kind of add it to my current one, or I can put this here. And I do have the domain Groove Launch. We'll type that in. Publish. Now, this tells me that I need to make sure that my DNS is set to host10.groovepages.com with a C name, an A name, or an alias. I like to use a C name. So I'm going to copy and paste that. And then I'm going to go over to my Cloudflare somewhere. And I've already pointed my name servers to Cloudflare because I like to keep everything in that. And I'm already logged in. So let's add a site. You're getting sort of a bonus on how to use Cloudflare. And I'm just going to use the free. And this is pointing to this currently, so I am going to actually, I'm going to create a C name. I guess I could change that with an A name. That's fine. We can do that. Let's just do that. Let's point that there. I just have to invalid. Oh, that's why I need to use it. Right. My bad. Let's go that automatic TTL add record. We're going to delete this A name. Delete. Did that add? There we go. Flattening will be applied to this record. That's fine, no problem. And you want to make sure you have the dub pointing as an alias to this. So let's go GrooveFunnels.com. That way, you're just saying that whether they type in this or whether they type in with the dub, it'll still go to the same place. So that's it. Yep. Already did that. Check, get started. Yep. Full encryption. Yep. Always use oops, I didn't. I want to use HTTPS. Yes, please. No, we're not going to do that yet. I'll do another video on some of this stuff, but that should be good for now. If you're a noob, just do those settings. I thought I already added those, but maybe I didn't. So here's another little tutorial. I host all of my domains on Namecheap. Don't mind sharing that with you. So let's go to manage this domain. And I have not changed the name servers. Here's where you change those. Custom to, I think it was, did I copy and paste? Maybe Cheryl. And then I think that was Ken. And then we hit the checkbox, and voila. Okay, so I'll recheck that a bit later, but I know it's already set up. It's already going to point there, so we can go back to our Groove pages, GrooveFunnels, and we know that that will be a thing just as soon as all that propagates. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to do. The second thing I want to do is I want to change this to my Groove launch logo that I don't have yet. And so that's on my checklist to do. And so we'll skip that for now. Then we can go ahead and change some of these colors. So I'm going to go just sort of select that. And let's go to the background. Let's do a white background. And then the image configure, let's choose an image. We'll just leave that image, but I think there's some text here too. Whoops. Maybe not. It looks like there is. Okay. We won't worry about that right this second, although let's do this. Let's delete that. Let's delete the whole image. And if you are not seeing all of these custom things in there, like for instance, I click that, and if you're not seeing all of these, make sure you hit expert mode because it hides it automatically, and you want to make sure you can get all of the details there. So let's go back up here, and I'm going to add a text. So I go to Element, and I'm just going to add an H1 heading there. It's not what I wanted to do. Delete. I'm not going to do an H1. I'm going to do just a text. Just a personal preference, because I don't actually want the logo to be the most important item on there. So I'm just going to grab a paragraph, I guess. And I want that right there. And I'm going to call it Groove Launch. And you can do this as a placeholder, or this can be what your logo is. It's fine. I'll grab that, put it in the middle, choose a font. Let's go Montserrat, size big. And weight, bold. Alright, that's fine. Let's make sure this background is white. There we go. And I'm going to leave this because I might want to put a menu there at some point. So I'm going to leave that for now. And then I just start messing with some of these colors. Let's start choosing some of our colors. I've not picked my branding for this, so I'm winging it. And ideally, you would make sure that you have your branding together and are using that for these colors. And with regard to button styles and button colors, ideally you want it to be a contrast, right? So the popular colors that I try to stick with for buttons are, the first choice would be some sort of green, second choice some sort of orange, third choice some sort of blue, and fourth choice would be just a contrast color to the theme, right? So those are my options based on what I feel like converts better, right? So it'd be probably better to use some sort of green. And when I'm creating my branding for a new product or launch, I try to incorporate a green or an orange or something that stands out like that as one of the contrast colors, and then build the theme and color scheme around that. So I'll go into stuff like that, but essentially that's what we're doing here. We're just going to pick our images. We're going to put our copy in. One thing you want to make sure you get a good footer going. I wouldn't put any links in, except maybe for terms. Like for instance, this should be, where are you at? If I can grab it. Interesting. What is this? I'm not sure what kind of thing this is. It should be a navigation. Stylable element. What's that mean? I have no idea what that means. And why I can't edit it. Oh, because it's literally a navigation. I'm sorry. It's literally a navigation that's automatically created when you create a new page, right? So let's say I create a new page and I'm just starting from scratch with a blank canvas, and I go over here to pages, let's see, and I edit the settings. And this page is called Terms of Use, and the URL will be terms of use. I'm not going to put in any of that, but this is where you would put in all of your metadata and all that stuff. Save that. So then I can go to home and I can look down here. Oops. Logged out for a minute. So then I can go to home somewhere. Open that. Look down at the footer. And terms should be down there. And it's not. What did I do wrong? Oh, interesting. It didn't save. Let's try that again. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I may have hit something that logged out before it saved. Terms of use. Okay. Still not there. How come? Primary navigation. Alright, well let's do this then. Since I don't know what the heck you are, I'm gonna get rid of you and put my own thing in. You son of a gun. Let's put in the nav bar. I don't really want the logo in there. But that's fine. Fine. Let's do this one right here. And that put that there. Why are you putting it there? I'm just gonna get rid of it. Bam! Don't tell me. We could also take a footer over here. Navigation bars, stuff like that. Let's go. Do I like any of these footers? I kind of like this footer because I always put the terms and then the copyright right like that, and I never include social media. Why? Because I don't actually want anybody going anywhere doing anything else on this page except what I tell them to do. Except what they're there for, which is to click this button. So let's get rid of these. Trying to get rid of them one by one. It's jumping around a little bit. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to this. Alright. Let's make sure that that space there is 0. Okay. Let's make sure that spacing is 0. That spacing is 0. So I would do a Groove launch. All rights reserved. And then I would do a, I wouldn't even include that. Then I would do a Facebook disclaimer. And something like that. Okay. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to figure out my branding. And I'll come back and play with this some more, but this should give you just a little idea of how to change things out. Just simply go to that block, background, choose image, and obviously I need to get some stuff, but they've got some free stock images, which is kind of cool. So let's say a woman laptop. Yeah, let's find somebody working hard on their funnel. Like this right here. Select. Let's get that again. Woman laptop. This is something I notice on every funnel builder that has these free stock images. You kind of gotta give it time to think. And that's because of just the bandwidth of having to search through that database and having to upload it and things like that. So I always get a little too excited and do it too soon, but that's not ideal right there. And I'd go and play a little bit more. And we can find some. But that should give you a quick overview, quick look at starting a new page, things you might need to take care of right off the bat, how to change some of these colors. That's got an interesting linear gradient, which I love that you can do that, but it's just an image. I'm going to just put that, I'm going to get rid of that and put that as, if I can. There we go. Let's just do a dark gray. I like to use 333 a lot. It's just a good gray. It's going to be all tricky on me. There we go. I'm going to give that a little spacing at the bottom. I'm not sure what this spacing is, and so I'm going to dive a little deeper into that for sure. But let's give that. And make sure this whole thing is selected. I feel like this might be buggy. And it is in beta, so it would not surprise me if it's a little bit. If you run into this occasionally. Why are you being sassy? Huh. That happens, I would do a save and let that run for a second. Try it one more time, and then if not, then do a refresh. Because that's essentially what software does. So let's grab that again. Background. Okay, it's not wanting to let me do that. And I'm not really sure why. It'll let me change the background of this, but not this part, this block. Let's see if we can create that to be interesting. I'm gonna check out the source code to see what's going on. This div is still there for the social share. Let's get rid of that, and we can get rid of this. Don't let this scare you. This is just me troubleshooting some of the bug that's going on with that particular one. But I think it's awesome that you can have your developer, your designer go in here and absolutely create highly customized things, you know, get that look and feel you want. I don't know why this one will not let me. Background. Give me a color. What if I choose an image? Am I allowed to? Let that upload. Select. Lets me do that. But why not this? Alright, I will get back to you. If you found the reason why that you can't do a color on a block or that particular block, it's possible that I just picked a block that has some sort of restrictions that I haven't checked out yet. But we will go into and figure out. Let's get rid of this background then. And we will figure that sucker out. If you don't want your home page to show on that, actually, let's just talk about that for a second. Go to Pages, and you can drop it under here, and it becomes hidden. And then you can have just your privacy policy and your earnings disclaimer there. So I hope that helps. And if you have any further questions, I'm going to dive deeper into this. I'll get back on video. The next one will show a little bit more progress and what else we can do after I get my branding board and logo set up and all that stuff. Okay, so thank you for listening. I seriously hope that these videos help. If you want to learn more about GrooveFunnels and Groove Launch and what you can do to build your funnel marketing fast, please subscribe and join us. I'd love to have you. All right, that's it for me.